Hey guys, another project. So, intake manifolds. Second biggest fault commonly found on the Jeeps. The first big issue is the cooling system. If the cooling system isn't maintained, your chances of cracking a head or having bad things happen is very high. The second thing is the intake manifolds. Intake manifolds, especially on the older generation, are notorious for cracking in various places. They'll either crack somewhere in here, or in this case, it will crack. And what happens is it causes an exhaust leak, and it doesn't necessarily not run well, but you can definitely tell there's an exhaust leak. So we're going to do some work on this one. We're going to check and make sure that there's no big exhaust leaks and see how things are and repair if needed. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off this old donut. Looks like it's been on there for as long as the Jeep has been in existence. As you can see, it just doesn't want to come off. This can also cause an exhaust leak because they shrink. They don't form a good seal. That one's extremely hard and brittle. So that's off. And once you get that off, then what you're going to want to do is just go around and clean up all the surfaces. Now I'm going to use one of two different things. One, I'm going to use a brass steel wheel on a drill, and I'm going to use the good old-fashioned lose your fingers, eyeballs, anything else, if you have it in your way, wire wheel cup. For the wire wheel cup, I'm going to use that mostly on the ends to clean this up and clean up the flanges, and then I'll use the drill to do any of the smaller spaces inside that I can't get at. So now that I have the face all cleaned, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take foil tape and I'm going to cover up the ports. Now, a lot of people will just go buy a new one of these or get a header replacement, but I'm going to budget, so I'm going to do with what I got. So what I've done is I've now capped off all the ports I don't want to use. I've taken my shop vac, I've shoved that into the port, fits tight. If I turn on my shop vac right now, it's going to blow at the end. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to block off that, and this may take a time or two to get this sealed, but we'll do our best. And then I turn on my shop vac. And it's definitely leaking up here. I can feel it coming out the port. So you can do this with soapy water or any sort of liquid if you want. So I just spray it on, let it sit for a second, and when I turn this on, you can see all the mess it's making. So I know for 100% sure that I have a leak there. So now I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to grab the welder. I'm going to weld that shut. Now, by no means am I a world-class welder, an excellent welder, but I am good enough that I can weld that shut. So I just need my brake clean that off good. If you're going to weld, make sure your can says non-chlorinated. Chlorinated will let off a really bad gas when you're welding. It can make you sick. All right. I think we're good. I think that's clean. So I'll weld this up and I'll bring you back. Threw some welds on there. And now I'm going to turn my vacuum on again and see if it still leaks. If it does, then we fix it a little bit more and keep fixing it until it doesn't leak. Just a pinhole somewhere in there, I'm not sure where. Well, I still got a little pinhole in there that I gotta find. Let's find out where that is. It's being Mr. Sneaky Pants. Found it. I'm gonna weld it, and I'll be back. All right. More welding done. Let's check out our work. We are leak free. So that will no longer leak and be a problem for us. So that's a really quick and easy way to check out and see if your manifold is in fact leaking. And if it is, well, you can decide if you want to repair it or if you're going to take it in. For me, it makes sense to fix it because I can. Like I was saying, maybe some of you can't. Just going to clean that off with some brake clean. And I'm going to paint it. We'll let that dry. I can paint it up, prevent it from rusting a bit, and then we'll bolt that all back on and get it on the Jeep. Well, I think I'm going to leave it here. I got to do a little bit more work still, but for the most part, the manifold should be fixed, should be not leaky anymore. Moving on, Next video will most likely be me installing the manifold as well as the intake manifold. And I'll do that in a video so that you guys can see if there's any issues or troubles that I have doing both of those. I'm going to be running into a few small glitches with the intake manifold, so you'll be able to see it there. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Video will be coming out again soon. Stay tuned. If you made it this far, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, leave a comment. Thanks, guys. Till next time. Bye.